Morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today, I want to talk about all the Phase 2 class changes I want to see. So as of last night, I finished all 8 characters on the Horde. They're all level 25. I have had the time to play each class quite well. I usually do 7 BFDs a lockout. We'll now do 8 if we even have enough people to do 8. But I've really had a lot of time to sort of play and enjoy every class that Blizzard has given. I've obviously gone around and collected all the runes, as you guys seen from those rune guides, and so I just want to take the time to say what I would love to see in Phase 2, what classes really feel like they're sort of missing that factor, or whatever it is. I would just want to say my opinion on all these classes and what we could get to improve them. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first class I want to talk about is Warrior. While Warrior are at the top of the meter for damage right now, it doesn't really feel that enjoyable, honestly. You just kind of stare at your rage bar, you just, proc your raging blows, and you quick strike to go below 80 rage, and then you just proc it again, and then you just press raging blow. And it just sort of feels like you're just swinging your sword, which obviously a Warrior should do. But what I would love to see Warrior get is some more impactful visual and maybe even just some really fun runes, such as like Shockwave for tanks and PvP. That'd be really cool. Just an AoE stun, give them that utility, so you want to bring something other than a Shaman tank right now. Titan's Grip would be really cool. Have dual wield 2Hs. With next phase, there's a certain axe called Ravager that's coming into play. So dual wield Ravager, spin to win. That's the meme dream that everyone talks about. But it would be cool to see that. Colossus maybe just turn into a giant beast of a unit that gets more damage, can't be stunned, something like that. Whatever, that'd be really sick. Bladestorm, Heroic Leap. I think all of these are some of the most visual warrior spells and provide some immense benefits, especially here in Classic, where they sort of lack mobility, they lack AoE. A lot of those things would help with that. Anyway, that's my opinion on Warrior. Next, let's talk about Rogue. So I feel like they really nailed Rogue very well with the Poisons build and, having the Backstab build as an option. They did a great job with sort of those Rogue's DPS builds. Really felt like it was awesome. However, I would love them to, keep elaborating on the gunslinging outlaw pirate fantasy of a Rogue that they really have kind of initially started with. But, I would love to see them keep going, Maybe there's a spell where you're in stealth and you just take a nice long aimed shot to open up from afar instead of always having to go in kidney shot. Something like that I think would be really, really cool. And then, obviously, Tank Rogue. Tank Rogue just sort of feels very, very clunky and bulky right now. Like, you have to wait a minute for your AoE to go in there, and you can do big pulls, but having to wait a minute after every pull kind of sucks. And it just gets completely outclassed by like a Shaman that can just run in there with dual wield and just simply auto attack everything and get AoE threat, maybe drop a Fire Nova Totem. So like Shamans can just keep going and going and going, and it really just completely outclasses a Rogue. It's like, why would you want to wait when you can just simply go? So I hope that there's more to come with Rogue tanks at 40. They have some really awesome runes that really, makes the class feel fantastic. Next, I want to talk about Druid. So I think they did one of the best jobs that Blizzard has actually ever done with class balance with Druid. I think they did phenomenal. Druid used to be like a jack of all trades in Classic. It really wasn't great at anything at all, but it had its moments where it was good. And they built on every single one of those moments, and it just feels fantastic. I think 40 is where it will really shine for most specs like Balanced Druid. I think you get Moonkin form, which will be fantastic. And then I would love if they gave us Eclipses or even Starfall in Classic. I think that would be fantastic for Druid. I think they would really make Druid shine. It might be too powerful, honestly, in Classic, but having that AoE is really what they're lacking. So giving them Starfall or, big single target damage with the Eclipse Cycle with Wrath and Starfall would be awesome. Then for Resto, I think they did a great job with Life Bloom and Wild Growth. I would just love to see them get Tree Form. Why not? No reason not to give them Tree Form. Just sort of have that healing spec solidified. Then Bear is the biggest issue. While they have given them awesome survival talents, they can tank as far as damage goes. Lacerate's good for bosses. Their trash threat really sucks because they're always rage starved. Like, they cannot get rage. It is so bad. I would love to see them just get either, like, make Swipe have high threat, because Swipe does not do high threat right now. Or like a free high threat ability that they can just use when they don't have rage. Because what sucks with Bear is the more gear you get, the higher you dodge things, and the more armor you get, so the less they hit you. And in Classic, you get rage based off of how hard you are hit. So if you're not getting hit for anything, you're dodging abilities, you're not getting any rage from that. So it just really sucks that they're rage starved. Other than that, like, they can tank hits, which is great with Survival of the Fittest, Lacerate. Those are all really good runes that they added for Bear Druid. It just sucks that they kind of, get rage starved. Then I love Feral. The only thing that I would really change for a Feral Druid is to give them AoE like Swipe or Berserking. Obviously those would be very powerful spells just for Cat, but having AoE on them would be a good start. Next, I want to talk about Shaman. So I really think we need to see Shaman at level 40 for their LE and enhancement kits to really take off. That's just generally because of all the utility shamans get and the totems they get and the talents that they get. A lot of it is in their power is built in there. The runes that they got were awesome. I even see some LE shams blasting people in Warsong Gulch at the moment. But, I think at 40 we'll really be able to gauge how strong their DPS specs will be. Then tanking for Shaman, I think it needs way more mana, or maybe even convert their mana to Rage or something. Water Shield just isn't enough. If you're using max rank Earth Shock and Flame Shock, you literally go on the first pulls that you do, and that just always feels bad running in there. Like, if you've watched me play my Shaman tank for BFD at all, I just literally run in there and tab between everything and just stab them all once. And I'm just dual wield, just auto attacking to get threat. They have insane threat, and it is awesome. I love Shaman tank. It is so fun. The only complaint is the mana. It's just a huge problem. And Way of Earth shares with Shamanistic Rage. So, like, when you're on Shamanistic Rage, you can't really do Way of Earth, and it just feels really, really bad. Next is Hunter. Well, Hunter has kind of been the biggest, most popular one here in Phase 1 with BM and all the Hunter pet changes. They haven't really been able to get Hunter where I feel like it'd be really where it should be. I don't have a problem with the Beast Mastery Fantasy. I don't have a problem with people playing BM. I think it's a valid spec. It's a way to play the game. It's just when it is so much better than all the other specs, it really kind of sucks because you feel like you're forced to play it. You can't go and play the other ones. You can't have that fun that you might have with your class fantasy if you want to, be a sniper, marksman, hunter, if you want to be melee, if you want to be lone wolf. I think talents will help a lot with the marksman build because a lot of its power is built into the talent tree. But I don't really know Hunter spells all too well from the future, so I don't really know what we could add to put in there. One BM one that I thought of would be to allow them to tame exotic pets, because I think they get that in Kata or Wrath. I think that'd be pretty cool if they could tame, like Corehounds and MC and stuff like that. That'd be cool to let them do that now instead of when they normally get it. Anyway, the next class I want to talk about is Priest. So Priest healing is phenomenal. I don't really think it needs to be changed at all. Priests are doing priest things, which is healing very, very well. Runes I'd love to see is maybe a Guardian Spirit here in Classic, or maybe Mass Dispel, I think would be pretty cool. Obviously, with, griefing world buffs, hopefully Mass Dispel doesn't dispel those, but you never know. Those are just some powerful spells that come to mind that would be good rune ones. Then I think Shadow will be really, really good at level 40. Because they'll get their Shadow form. It seems like Blizzard is looking at Shadow. They're tweaking it a ton. But I really feel like Shadow needs Shadow form to really even do damage. And then I would love for them to give them Shadow Fiend so they can get mana and maintain mana. Because without Shadow Fiend, it would kind of suck. Or the spell, I think in TBC, they sort of become a mana battery where everything they do just refunds mana for them and their party. I would love to see that in there as well. Next class I want to talk about is Warlock. I think they need to keep building on the groundwork that they set at 25. It has a lot of core building blocks. Metamorphosis is a really cool rune. I see so many Warlocks running around as demon. I think they have quite low AoE threat. Like, it's really difficult for them to get a lot of threat on multiple targets without sort of using sappers and a lot of other things like that. So something to help them, maintain that AoE threat, I think would be really, really good. Firelock seems really fun, really cool. I have a few locks that go pure fire in my raids, and they kind of blast. So that'll synergize very nicely if you have a bunch of fire mages as well. The Incinerate Lake of Fire sort of combo looks really, really good, and I think they will keep doing awesome with that. Affliction just kind of feels really low right now. I would love for them to add dots and stuff or amplify the damage in them. Just something that you see like in Wrath, for example, how good Warlocks are there. I'd love to see them, get that little bump via runes to, allow them to keep doing more damage. Next is Mage. I would love Mage to have balance between Fire, Arcane, and Frost. It seems like one spec is just always better than all the others. It's just way too good. It becomes the meta spec. Like right now, you're just Fire and BFD, and if you're not Fire, you're trolling. You're just way far behind. I think a good example would be like give them a rune of like Frost Orb, where they shoot Orb of Frost that spins and shoots things next to them while it passes through, slowing enemies. I think that could be something that they could add that would allow them to do that. Or you can make the orb change based off of spec, whether you want it to be Fire, Frost, Arcane, something like that. I think that'd be a really good rune to make them do a lot more damage with Frost specs. But I think Frost will be really good at 40, just judging by the runes, what it gets deep in the talent tree. I think we could see the Arcane Frostbolt build that you go in Molten Core really take effect here in Phase 2 at level 40. Then finally, Paladin. Obviously, I'm a Horde player. I haven't started my Paladin yet. It'll be the last class that I'm doing. Just finished Warlock yesterday, so we got to finish up the runes for that. But Paladin seems really quite fun from what I've read people say. I don't have any complaints on the class. The only thing I thought was annoying was that Avenger Shield days swap, but after they changed that, I feel like they did a really good job of sort of balancing that. But I'd love to see them keep nailing this class. I feel like a lot of Paladins enjoy it. I don't really see too many complaints on forums on these videos, anything like that. So I kind of leave that to you guys. If you think there's anything Paladin really needs some work on, definitely let me know down in the comments. I would love to sort of see that. Obviously, I'm very limited in what I can see from it, but it looks like a really fun class that does really well at the moment. So I would love to hear what you guys think. If you are an Alliance player playing a Paladin in SOD, I would love to hear your feedback on this, what you would love to see for Paladins in the future and where their shortcomings are. But anyway, guys, that is it for my video. That is my breakdown of every single class in SOD, what I have enjoyed, what I have loved playing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know what classes you're playing, what you love. If you agree, disagree with what I'm saying, I just, these are just my opinions. So I'm not a dev. I have no impact. I'm just sharing my voices, what I loved, what I didn't love, what I would like to see, putting it out there. So definitely comment down below. Use this as a discussion forum. Let me hear about the classes you enjoy or do not enjoy and what you would like to see. But until next time, guys, that's it. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.